Alex Pereira versus Jan Blachowicz goes down at UFC 291 on July 29th. Daniel Cormier sees danger in this fight for Alex Pereira. DC warns Pereira to be cautious of Jan's size and power. On the DC and RC show, DC went on to say, "We have seen Adesanya hurt Pereira in 2 fights. He can't get hit by Jan Blachowicz. Blachowicz hits so hard. I've seen Blachowicz almost decapitate guys. Luke Rockhold, Dominic Reyes. The way that he was knocking out guys for a while was very scary. Izzy was also light that fight. I think Adesanya weighed like 200.5 pounds whenever he fought against Jan Blachowicz. So it took a little bit of time for him to get it going. But he thinks that Jan Blachowicz is going to try to take Pereira down and beat him up there because Izzy got taken down by Jan Blachowicz." Anthony Smith on the Believe You Me podcast reveals Glover Teixeira may be mad at him. Anthony describes what happened between the two to cause Glover to be upset. This took place after Glover lost the title to Jamal Hill in Brazil.
He's one of the best guys in the whole of the UFC, though. He just something about his energy, the warmness, you know what I mean? Because he's just so real and so warm and friendly, and the smile and the hug that he gives you.
I'm kind of worried, though.
Why?
Because Jamal asked me to come help him right before their fight. So I went and helped Jamal. And then they fight. And during the fight week, it was fine. When we were in Brazil, I'd seen Glover, we shook hands. You could tell he was in fight mode, so I didn't really bother him too much. And I was the backup, so I didn't want to be too friendly, and then something happened and we ended up fighting. But then afterwards, he was so beat up and he was so just banged up and well, rewind. I think I talked about this. Some of the fans that were with Jamal or people that were cheering for him were kind of screaming and hollering at Glover's wife and his sister. But then after they're screaming at them, then they're like, "Anthony, come over here." Someone made it look like I was with them, but I really wasn't. And then I seen him in the hotel afterwards, and he was pretty beat up, and he had glasses on, but even you could see the swelling even around his sunglasses. And his wife just glared at me, clearly didn't like me. And I went to shake his hand, and he was kind of talking to someone else, and I just didn't want to bother him. So I hope that he's not mad at me, because I still would like to be his friend. But he just lost the title fight, and
exactly.
I just don't want him to be upset.
You're retiring from the sport. It's your final fight. It's your last hurrah. Your swan song, whatever you want to call it. It's for the world championship as well.
Yeah.
It was a tough fight. It was a rough day at the office. He's black and blue. He's tired. He's beat up. He's confused. You're being a traitorous son of a.
That's how I felt.
At that moment in time, he didn't want to be your best friend. But I'm sure now the healing has happened, the bruising is gone, and the bruised egos have also healed. Yeah. And that's what it ultimately comes down to, right? For fighters, it is, and I'm not talking crap about Glover Teixeira. It's the ego. He's that son of a beat me in a fight. You know what I mean? Because that's what drives and powers all
that
of
mother helped him.
Helped him. No, but seriously though.
I get it. I get it. And I would never be mad at him for being upset about that. I get that.
No.
I just don't want him to be, for my own feelings, because I like him that much,
Joe Rogan recently gave his thoughts on Francis Ngannou signing with the PFL rather than the UFC. Joe is bummed out about it. On the Joe Rogan Experience, Joe said, "It's a big loss in my mind. Like him going over to the PFL. It bums me out. I understand it. I'm happy he's going to get paid. I'm happy he's going to get to box, but I loved watching this guy fight in the UFC. He was a fucking monster. He was so good, and he is so good. It's going to be interesting. I just don't know who they're going to have him fight." Robert Whittaker on the MM Arcade podcast reveals his toughest fight ever in the UFC. Be sure to go subscribe to Rob's YouTube channel. A link will be in the description.
So next question from Will Safer asks, Rob, what was your toughest fight that you won in the UFC?
Easy, Romero too.
Thought so, yeah.
That was nightmarish. That was such a hard fight.
I thought you were going to say the entire, both of your fights with Romero, but just the second one specifically?
The second one specifically because something was different. And I broke my hand in the first round.
That's right. It was that, yeah.
So it was so hard to try and stop him from moving forward with punches. And he had changed so much from the first and second fights. It was like fighting a different dude. His body was made out of steel. I don't know. I don't know what recovery program he was on, but
I gotta ask you, so when you broke your hand, I'm sure adrenaline's pumping, still hurts, but when the adrenaline stopped after the fight, how much was your hand hurting? Genuine question.
Not much straight away, because apparently the break did something to the nerve, so I wasn't really feeling it too much. But when I got the surgery, to fix it, replace it, reset it, and everything, and they put a plate in there, it hurt like you would not believe. I remember waking up in the night and just throbbing in a cast and like couldn't do anything.
Damn. Did they have to re-break it to put it together again?
I don't know. I got I got a plate in there now. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
Here's Dana White's latest edition of F*** It Friday. This time Dana has watermelon pizza.
What's up, everybody? It's Friday here at UFC headquarters, and today we will be trying the watermelon pizza. Start with a slice of watermelon, spread cream cheese icing for the sauce, and top it off with some diced fruits. How awesome does this look? I love watermelon, I love fruit, I love cream cheese. No way this sucks. That is so good. This is so good. And this is, summertime, this is an absolute winner. You have to do this. You have to do this.
So there's a scene from the new season of The Ultimate Fighter where Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler first meet, and they're going back and forth talking about fighting one another. At the end, Chandler says to McGregor that he'd be willing to fight in the middleweight division, and Conor responded saying, "You'll do what you're told." The MMA community was saying it looks like Conor is getting the better of the verbal exchanges. Michael Chandler, after watching the clip for himself, says that he did reply to Conor saying, "You'll do what you're told." However, it was edited out. Chandler said that first scene, man, that made the promo where he said, "You'll do what you're told." It's time to, just, I guess, express that now that it's out and everybody just watched it. I don't quite know if I didn't have a comeback. The way they cut it, it was just me like this, tapping my chin with no. So this is the beauty too of us being there. We just got to watch it together. We are now reacting in real time right now. We hit record as soon as we got done watching the show, and now hopefully y'all are joining us right after watching the show, and you're seeing my first reaction, and this won't be the first time. I think that's definitely not how it happened in real life. Yeah, that's how they cut it. But this is what we've signed up for, and this is a beautiful thing. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Ballskin. It says, "Why do you think we'd care about Mayweather's shoe closet?" I don't know, Ballskin. I apologize for the inconvenience. Maybe next time consider using the timestamps that we include in every single video and skip the section. The second one's from Speedster. It's in reference to Colby Covington politely calling out Conor McGregor. It says, "Imagine how the press conference would be between Colby and Conor." And the final one says, "Respect to Dustin for acknowledging Dariush and not trying to skip the line for a title shot." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.